Hey there everyone, welcome back to Kenshi. Sorry about I didn't upload on last Thursday. Go check out the Facebook page, it's in the description below if you want to know the exact reasons why. I won't go into depth here, because you probably don't care. Anyway, so we did a lot last episode. We got a lot more people, and that's always great. So I went ahead and just skipped to where we got back to town here. You can see we've got our whole group, Leaf, Infinite Wing Wang, you know, our new guys, a few others coming in, Nate, Ice. So, some of them have pretty good gear, relatively, others don't, so we'll have to figure that out. Infinite Wing Wang here, he's got a horse chopper, he's got some armor, he's got red pants because he's cool like that, and Grymestone, of course, bringing up the rear. His running skill should be increasing slowly here, I should hope, because he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting. Alright, so now we've got to assign everybody to positions. So I obviously want to get all of the construction materials going, because I've got a few buildings to build in order, so that way I can get the research bench up. There's a bunch of stuff I need to do, and all of that needs to be in a building. So I want to get the building materials up first, so I want to max those out in terms of production, which I've done. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and set Nando back to his research position. He is our top researcher, and there is research skill, so he is doing it the best. There is a method to my madness here. And here we're just going to send this extra person, since both of the others are filled up, to train, I believe is what I did with Dirt here. That, or I switched him out with someone else who needed training more than I did. Than he did, I should say. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. I just had to get everybody set to work now that we got them all. It's exciting. We've got people to do things now. So Ice went ahead to go train. You can see Ice needed the training really badly. You see how quickly they're going up here. Dirt didn't really need it that much. And he's a better worker right now. He's got more strength and things like that. So he's going to be a better laborer. So I left him there, which means that production's going to go faster. That does play a huge impact. I noticed earlier, I don't know. I did notice that was a big impact, and so yeah, I think I'll go ahead and cut ahead until something exciting happens. So, alright, so I have enough construction materials now to finish the building. So I went ahead and dragged everybody over to go build this building, because this thing takes a long time to build. The bigger the building, logically, the longer it takes to build, and the more materials it takes to build. So I finally got all that put in storage. So I dragged everybody away from their current jobs and threw them at the building. So they're all constructing, and you can see a lot of them went and grabbed materials from the construction bin over there. So hopefully this will go fairly quick. During the time, we spent about 9 or 10 minutes just waiting there. We got a lot of research done, so I can put everything in there really quick as soon as it's all built up. So that's good, assuming I have the resources to build those. But generally, interior buildings don't cost too much. Interior constructions, those are not buildings, don't cost too much. Like between 10 and 1 sometimes. So that's the good news. Bad news is it's still going to take a while. It's still going to cost a lot of resources in the end, because I did research a lot of things. Hopefully I'll be able to get weaponsmithing up soon. That and clothing manufacturing, because that actually adds some cutting resistance if you make good clothes. And a few other things. And armor making, if that is going to be instituted at some point, which I know it will be. I hope that by the time I finish this, that update will be out. He mentioned something about that on his latest post. You can check out the website again and the link below for future updates, things like that, and to buy the game. So everybody's just sitting here building, and I'm going to go ahead and cut to where we finished building the building, so that way you don't have to sit through the very boring process of us slowly making it to reality from the ground up. So see you then. And that's it, we're done with the building. Yay, the building's done. But turns out I didn't have any construction materials left, so I had to go back and assign everybody to go mining and stuff. And of course building construction materials again. So that kind of sucks, because I couldn't put anything in my fancy new building that I built. So Shouldn't take too long to get the materials I need for that though, because again, interior buildings don't cost near as much as the actual building. Again, interior constructions don't cost near as much. So hopefully in a few minutes here, I'll be ready to go and build everything I want to build. I want to get a shop up in there. I want to get my research bench level 2, and who knows, maybe my clothing manufacturing and a few other things in there. Weaponsmithing, I believe, is outdoors, but clothing is going to be indoors. Fabric makers and then the actual clothing factory. So research bench level 2, that is what I really want, because that's going to open up a lot of new technologies for me, I think, and it will also give me a nice bonus to my research, because I believe research is faster than the current one. And maybe I'll just toss someone over onto the old research bench just to get my research going even quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to where we actually start building. So during the little cut there, I built a power thing because I realized a lot of things I wanted to build power, and I'm going to show you a bit of the skills menu here. It'll explain a little bit as I mouse over them. The strength attribute decides how much melee damage you do, in addition to how well your character works on melee tasks, or not melee, but like handmade tasks, so laboring, things like that. And there's special attributes for laboring as well. You can see laboring right there. It is strength dependent, and you can see that the higher that skill is, the faster your character works, and the more they work on a laboring thing, the faster it goes. And so you can see me switching out a little bit here on where it's needed, because I did notice that my mining started to outpace my stone processing, so I was getting an overflow of stone. Well, when I switched out those characters, all of a sudden I was getting an overflow of construction materials and not enough stone after a little while. So it's a little balancing act almost right there to try and get those going. You can see science is a skill there, and it does show you that. And of course, how do you level science? You be a researcher and you go work on the research bench. And if I flipped over to Nando here, you saw that his skill is rather high compared to everyone else's in that regard, but his strength isn't that high, and neither is his laboring skill, where it is at 1. So he is our head of research right now, and he always will be, because he has such a high research skill compared to anything else. You can also see athletics there. I haven't moused over it yet, but that is the skill that decides how fast you run. And so if I flipped over to Keyman, he would have a very high athletics, because you see he's always running in the front. So if I put a pack on him, maybe he'll run faster. But the thing with that is heavy lifting and more running around will increase athletics. So, and by heavy lifting, I mean I put a bunch of crap in a backpack and I throw it on the character. So Grymestone should have been increasing his athletics there, because I had all of those construction materials. There, I've moused over it now. It's your ability to run and stuff. So there you go. It is pretty useful. And then there's field medic, of course, the better the field medic and so on and so forth, and engineer and things like that. Now engineer, that decides how well you repair structures and build structures. That's really handy when I'm building things. And of course, how do you level that up other than building buildings? So that is also a skill. So there are a lot of skills there that are upgraded just by experience. So the longer your team's live and the more they do in terms of building your base, the better they will be and the faster it will go. Which kind of helps counteract the buildings, because the bigger the buildings, the more advanced they get. Of course, it takes a lot longer, to where it takes like 10 to 15 minutes to build a building rather than just 5. So, yeah, that sucks. I'm finishing my generator here, and as soon as that's done, I'm going to go inside and build all of the other things. Assuming I have the materials for it, I will probably lay down the framework for them at the very least here. But I needed that power. So here we go. Interior research bench level 2. I want to try and position this to where it takes up the least amount of space, because this thing is massive compared to the original research bench, and it takes up the whole room, and I'd rather not have that happen. Unfortunately, everybody's standing right in the middle of the way, so I need to move them out of the building again while still having access to the building, because if everybody leaves and the building goes black, and you can't see anything in there. So I have to leave one person in there, but I'll just move him to the corner. There we go. And build research bench. Now, I really would like to position this in the way that is in like the corner back area, so that way I have room to place everything else. I probably won't have enough room to place a store here. If I do, it's gonna be like against the wall, and it's gonna be a little crappy store. But whatever, nothing I can really do. I sent him to everybody to go build that. Apparently only one person had the resources to build, but there's plenty lying around because I had everybody just sitting there working on that stuff. So here we go. Everybody's coming back. They've added their materials and they're all building now. So here comes everybody. They're all adding materials because we ran out. And in a few seconds here, we'll have a research bench level 2. Now, I want to get a fabric loom up, which will require people to start working on that farm again. Because I need that to turn into fabric. Or no, I'm going to have to build a different kind of farm. But I'll still need water. So it's the same basic principle. And then I'm going to need to build the fabric loom so I can get clothing on all my characters. As you can see, very few of them have shirts. Most of them have armor, yes, but very few have shirts. I believe only the old soldier right now has a shirt. That and one other person that I recruited had a shirt, but he didn't have armor. So hopefully we can get that up, and the better the clothes, the better the stats, as you know. So we should be able to craft that and get everybody at least a shirt, which is better than no shirt. And then no armor as of yet, but at some point we'll get armor. So, and then weapon crafting, of course. I really want to get the research up for weapons crafting though, because I really don't want to build crappy weapons for everyone. I mean, that's going to be completely useless. So I'm going to hold off on building that right now, because the very basic levels you can build a club, and everybody has a sword right now, which is immediately better than a club, unless it's broken. But I don't have any broken swords. So I went ahead and set somebody to go get the water, because we need water for our farm, for our fabric farm. And I can get storage up on that, because the wells are the things that take longer to do than the farms. Maybe that was because I had 2 people with better laboring attributes than before. Maybe not, I don't know. But went ahead, I want to finish that research bench level 2 so I can get researching new things. I want to be constantly researching new things so we don't have to wait around for that kind of stuff. Turns out I didn't have enough construction materials now. I believe we're done now, so that was kind of pointless, but oh well, I dragged everybody over there anyway. And I'm going to set Nando back to research, if I can pick him out of the crowd here, because I believe I sent everybody over here. And I will go ahead and skip to the next segment here. Alright, here we go. You can see it added a lot of stuff when I built that second research bench. Look at all this stuff. Wells level 2, I believe that starts, the wells start pumping water for you, and that's great. Steel bars, that's good, because I can then start making steel weapons like katanas and sabers and things like that, and that's what I really want. Upgraded generators too, that's always nice, because I can get the generators producing more power than they were before. Level 3 is going to open up more research abilities for me. I don't think I have to build another research bench for that, but I went ahead and put that last because that takes 25 hours. I don't know how long that equates to when I'm on fast, but it's fairly long. And so I just want to get everything else out of the way before I start focusing on that. So I went ahead and set someone else to go research on the small research bench, because hopefully that'll speed things up a little bit, and I think it does just a tad bit, just enough. And you know, as his research skill increases, you know, it'll go quicker. So better training dummies was the first thing I wanted, only because some attack skill is better than nothing. And though yeah, it doesn't give you any defense skill, as somebody pointed out in the comments, it gives attack skill, so they're not completely useless when somebody attacks us, which some people currently are completely useless in a battle. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going first. Right now nobody's training because I had to divert someone to go research, and I really want those construction materials because, again, there are lots of things to build and I need a lot of materials to do that. Even if it is just interior, you can see I'm already running out of space, so I'm probably going to have to build another shack somewhere or another house, maybe even a saloon. Saloons are cool. I might put my store in the saloon instead of here. Stores are pretty small. You saw those back in the other towns. They were just little rectangles. Research benches are huge though, so, and the fabric loom is also fairly small. I believe it's the size of like one of those containers there. It's like a rum still, and it's small. Doesn't take up too much room, so maybe I'll put that in the saloon too. That, or if I can fit it inside that house there, if I'm lucky. that would be great. So right now I'm just gonna let the stone processor do its little magic there and turn stone into building materials and get my research continuing here. Better training dummies is nearly done. That's great. And I just looked at the time here and it looks like we're hitting the 15-minute mark. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, Tuesday, Thursday uploads, it's back on schedule. And I will see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe this video. Leave a comment below. I do get an email every time you comment, so I will respond or at least read it, so that is guaranteed. Remember to subscribe there, right there. It should be highlighted. Check out our other series, and I'll see you guys next time.